Hello guys, this is my video about Nyepi in Bali. Nyepi is a festival and event that happens in Bali, which is the start of the Balinese New Year. The day before Nyepi, there is an ogo ceremony where they parade demons and spirits through the streets, and then at the end of the night burn them. And then Nyepi happens from 6:30 a.m. till 6:30 a.m. 24 hours later. So it is a day of silence. And I've been here in this resort to practice silence. So yesterday I spent the whole day in silence without saying any words and communicating through body language. I tried not to do any work. I tried to rest. I tried to recuperate my energy and recover from the stresses, the body stresses, the mind stresses that I've been going through with work, with my relationship, and with my business. So what that silence has shown me is that you choose what words you put out into the world. Your internal doesn't always have to be let out into the external. And this is something I work with a lot when it comes to voice training. The more you can connect to your inner and have more control, which means control over breathing, knowing that your thoughts are just thoughts and that you can drop in and breathe through them and let them pass through like clouds. This is why I coach meditation. This is why I coach nervous system regulation, because if we're not regulated and we're not feeling calm, our brains are going to rush at 1,000 miles an hour. The rest of the body is going to be affected by the mind. So having a day of silence allowed me to regulate. It allowed me to choose what I said, which is really important because there were lots of things I wanted to say, but because I wasn't speaking, I didn't say them, which meant that I was building up energy internally, building it up, not releasing it, choosing. And when you have control and the power to choose, you become really magnetic. You become super magnetic. I looked at my phone once and I saw that I had 4 calls booked in for my voice coaching. The relationship that I was having with my girlfriend here, she was speaking, she was interacting with me, but I wasn't speaking. So I was able to listen to her as well. I took the pace backwards. I didn't have to let anything out, but then I started to notice all of the thoughts and words that she was letting out. I paid attention to the negativity that she was letting out. Oh, I hate this, I don't like this, I don't like that. And words are powerful. There's a reason why they call words spelling, because you're casting spells. Every time you speak words, you're casting spells. Your words are powerful because the breath, sound, connection is vibration, and the vibration putting into the world is going to be matched back at you with the frequency that you're putting out. So if you're saying words that have heavy meaning, like I hate and I don't like and da 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 da, that's going to be mirrored back to you. But it's a great indicator to show what's going on inside, if that's what's being released. There's internal chaos, which then in the external becomes external chaos. You say this, you say that, you're reacting to this, you're reacting to the similar frequencies around you. So I prefer now, after this day of silence, to be more conscious about the words which I choose to say. I'm not afraid of silence. I'm not afraid of the words that I'm going to choose to say. I allow myself to slow down so that my thought-breath connection are aligned, because if they're not, that is when you start running away with different trails of thought, and that's when you get told that you're yapping because you're speaking to try and fill silence rather than speaking with intention. I sometimes find that I do this in video creation as well, that I am filling silence with too much, when really life is pretty silent. We're just adding noise to this silence. There's the old saying, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it still make a sound? And I think that is a great thing to take notice of, is that if we weren't consistently building or making noise or riding loud motorcycles or whatever it is that we do to make noise, there would still be the sounds of nature. But how silent would life actually be? And this is all down to how you have a relationship with silence. Shouldn't be afraid of it. There was a playwright who went to the same drama school as me, called Harold Pinter. And most of his plays were written with silence. There were silence with words added. There was a lot of stage direction talking about silence, a lot of moments where a lot of the story happens in the moments where the characters aren't speaking. Which was really interesting to learn and to perform, because when you're on stage, you feel like you have to be doing something because you're acting, you're doing. But sometimes doing nothing and just being has a much more impactful ending. Doing nothing has much more impact. Just being has more impact on the story, on the audience. The characters start to listen to each other. So that's really interesting. And when you notice that that's how the playwright writes the play, and then you notice out in the world as well that most of things are silence until we add our words into it. If we're going out there and we're yapping and speaking too much and speaking too fast, or saying things and worrying about them, then it's because we're not confident internally and we're suffering some chaos inside, which needs to be squanched. Is that a word? Or did I just get that from Rick and Morty? Quenched, squanched. I'm going to use squanched. Yes, we squanch those feelings that we don't want to have. Anyway, Day of Silence. That was bloody good. I noticed that a lot of people didn't respect it in the resort. I felt that even the Balinese people that were working in the resort didn't stay silent, so it was quite interesting to be around people whose tradition is not paying attention to their own tradition. However, I did it out of respect. I wanted to test myself. I wanted to see whether I could go without making any sound or any words over 24 hours. And it was a super amazing experience, and I want to do it again, because now my words are landing more, I'm attracting more, I'm doing nothing, and the universe is now giving me, because I'm no longer desiring it, it's just happening, because I show up every day and I put the work in. So that's something that you guys can learn through voice training, through nervous system regulation. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow on the Instagram, where I drop daily nuggets of wisdom and advice about voice training and nervous system regulation. Thank you.